Hello, BSc 4th semester students. So I'm again before you to discuss about the next episode, that is the next video for aldehydes and ketones. So as per your syllabus concern, I have given a brief introduction regarding aldehydes, ketones, their naming, and certain reactions pertaining to it. So before I start, so let me remind you, keeping in a home, dealing with whatever the portion taught by the various subject, concentrating on them and prepare notes yourself. And most important is you have to keep yourself fit, healthy by doing some exercises. And most important is wear mask, keep distance, and sanitize yourself every moment. So with these words, so last time whatever I have discussed is regarding aldehyde ketones. Both aldehydes and ketones are having the carbonyl group, and this carbonyl group is having the two valencies. Out of the two valencies, one valency, if it is satisfied by R and H, is aldehyde. If R and R are ketones, so the R may be aromatic or aliphatic. So this definition I think you may be very familiar since from your PUC. Now nomenclature, as already I have discussed last time, that is aldehydes are named as alkenes. E is replaced by ANE, alkenes. Okay, so alkane, ALKANE, E is replaced by ONE for ketones, alkenone. So I think CH3O, CH2O is methane containing one carbon. This is a methanol. Similarly, ethanol, CH3CHO is ethanol. So and so forth regarding ethanol, not ethanol, NaL. If you say it's a NOL, it is alcohol. It is a NaL. Now it is called as aldehyde. And ethane is a simple hydrocarbon. Similarly, ketones. Ketones are named by adding the word ONE. For example, if you take CH3, C double bond O, CH3 simplest compound, that is acetone. So it can be containing 3 carbon atoms in a chain. So 3 means propane, so propanone. So likewise, aromatic aldehydes are named with a specific functional group CHO attached to the benzene as a benzaldehyde, and the various functional groups attached to it can be named later on. And similarly, aromatic ketones are named as a phenones, okay, attached to the some other functional group, that is acetophenone. So these are things we have learned, and important property just I want to highlight at every time is you can see the carbonyl group. Carbonyl group is made up of C double bond O. So C double bond O is more electronegative. Therefore, in most of the mechanism, you may write it minus delta or not. It is understood that negative charge is located with lone pair of electron on oxygen. So if that is a negative, then what about the carbon? Carbon will be ultimately positive. Therefore, there is a delta plus and delta minus with respect to carbon and oxygen of the carbonyl group is always existing. And these lone pair of electrons which are present on the pi bond, they shifted to the oxygen, and overall the number of electrons on oxygen will become 6. That is the excess with a negative charge. Therefore, in the reaction mechanism, instead of writing the delta plus delta minus directly, you can show the shift and write it as a plus and minus. And there is a kind of a moment between positive to negative charge, that is called a dipole moment. So dipole moment is existing because of the alkyl groups or aryl groups attached to the two valencies. Okay, all these points we have discussed, but this is the most important to remember how to write the mechanism. Now in the nucleophilic substitution reaction, R C double bond OR or R C double bond OH, right? Maybe aldehyde or ketone. So this addition, this reaction can undergo a particular type of reaction, that is aldehyde ketone. First polarize to give plus and minus charge. Then in case of nucleophilic addition reaction of aldehyde ketones, a nucleophile which will going to be attack, that is NuH, it ionizes to give plus proton and Nu as a nucleophile, and the nucleophile will attack to the positive side of the carbonyl group and forms an anion, and in the second step the positive charge will added to the oxygen to form an additional product containing nuclear, that is a nucleophile and OH attached to it. Okay, now today, keeping whatever the discussion we have made in the previous slides or also in the previous classes, now let us move to some of the most important reactions. They are called as aldol reaction, then Perkin reaction, then we have benzoin condensation, and few more reactions. So totally there may be around 7 to 8 name reactions are there. So out of these 8 name reaction, some reactions definitely appear for 5 marks. So please note all these name reactions carefully. So today we begin with aldol condensation. What is this aldol condensation? When 2 molecules of aldehyde or 2 molecules of ketones or 1 aldehyde and 1 ketone, when treated in presence of a base, undergo condensation with the elimination of a molecule of water to form alpha beta hydroxy aldehyde or ketone. So this reaction of formation of alpha beta hydroxy aldehyde or ketone is known as aldol condensation. In simple way, you try to remember that 2 aldehydes, that is RCH2COH, RCH2COH, when treated in presence of a base, they undergo addition, that is called a condensation. So this condensation leads to an alpha hydroxy and alpha beta hydroxy aldehyde or ketone. So this reaction follows in this manner. So let us see. RCH2COH is an aldehyde. General formula: RCH2COH is an aldehyde. When heated in presence of a base, there is an elimination of water molecule, or there is a shift of a proton from one aldehyde molecule to the other, and that will become OH. RCH2COH CH C double bond OH. It is called as alpha beta hydroxy aldehyde. So at the end, red colored is an aldehyde, and this is with respect to that carbon atom, the beta OH group is there. So beta hydroxy aldehyde. Similarly, you can see the reaction is possible with an aromatic aldehyde, that is benzaldehyde, and aromatic ketone, acetophenone. When these undergo condensation, the C double bond O will become, you can see the aldehyde benzene will become C6H5OH attached to the ketonic group, this ketonic group of the another aldehyde, that is acetophenone, to give the product containing OH and carbonyl group. So here you will get 2 benzene ring. In the ring there is a OH group and there is a double bond O. So similarly, I will show some other reactions pertaining to this specific example. Now you can consider, I already told you, two aldehyde molecules, two aldehyde, for example, acetaldehyde in presence of NaOH. So what happened? The one of the H of red colored aldehyde of CH3 double bond OH is get shifted to the oxygen atom of the another aldehyde CH3 double bond O, that is a black colored I have shown. So and that O will become H and the carbon-carbon link takes place, and whatever the product is called as an aldol. So what is an aldol reaction? Aldol reaction is one in which two aldehyde molecules in presence of a base like an alkali NaOH or KOH undergo condensation, where one of the carbonyl group will converted into alcoholic group and the aldehyde will be as it is. So here aldol. Similarly, you can see the aldol reaction with respect to two ketones. So acetone CH3CO CH3 CH3CO CH3. When treated with NaOH, what happened? The CH3H shifted to O to form OH. So CH3 C CH3OH black colored, and the remaining is CH2CO CH3, that is the aldehyde group as it is. So it is called as diacetone alcohol, diacetone, because there is a CH2CO CH3 is the acetone part, and CH3CH3OH is a alcoholic part, black colored. So this particular reaction we consider as simple two ketones. When mixed up, there is a formation of a aldol product, that is diacetone alcohol. And when two aldehydes, there is also formation of OH with C double bond O. So you can see this particular compound is named as alpha beta hydroxy, that is corresponding aldehyde and ketone, because you can see the carbonyl carbon, that is COOH carbon, next to that is called as alpha, and next to that is a beta, next to that is a gamma. So therefore at the beta position there is a hydroxyl group. Actually it is called as beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. So this is how the reactions of aldol can be explained. So sometime they may ask for 5 marks question, explain the mechanism of aldol reaction. So for that, simply first you write what is aldol condensation. Aldol condensation is a process in which two similar aldehyde or two similar ketones or aldehyde and ketone undergo condensation in presence of a base to form, that is alpha beta hydroxy aldehydes or ketones respectively. Now let us see the general case. Just I wanted to the written format I have shown with a specific example, that is CH3COH, that is your acetaldehyde, and another molecule is also acetaldehyde, that is CH3CHO. Now the proton of alpha hydrogen, I have represented as alpha hydrogen here. Okay, that will shift to the carbonyl group of the first aldehyde molecule, and that will become CH3COHH and CHCHCHO aldehyde. So it is a beta hydroxy, or else you can say alpha hydroxy butanol. So the OH group with respect to the CH3, next is CH3, COH, CH2, then CHO, that is alpha hydroxy butanol is formed. Okay, now whenever the mechanism for such reaction will be there, so you write the word mechanism involves the following steps for aldol condensation. Now you can see the first aldehyde molecule, that is HCH2 C double bond OH, when come in contact with your NaOH on ionization give Na plus and OH minus, and here OH minus will act as a nucleophile. Remember, OH minus act as a nucleophile, and this OH minus move towards the hydrogen of the first aldehyde molecule and eliminate as a water. and this is a slow step of the reaction. And when that hydrogen is lost, a carbon will get a negative charge. Okay, that is called enolate anion will be going to form. This enolate anion exhibit the resonance structure. So in the resonance structure, the negative charge move towards the carbon and oxygen shifts its electron, and you will get a enolate anion of the second kind. Okay, so in the first step, remember the base will react the proton of the aldehyde and removes the water molecule to form enolate. Okay, so this step you have to write for any aldol reaction in general. With specific this one you can write, there is no problem. Then the enolate anion CH2 minus C double bond OH now react with the second aldehyde molecule CH3 C double bond OH. So due to the influence of the negative carbon, the C double bond will shift, and you know oxygen will be negative, carbon will be positive. So positive carbon of aldehyde and negative carbon of enolate, they will condense or combine, and there is a formation of anion 2. You can say it is an anion 2 or 3 as per your requirement. Okay, so this is the second case. So I repeat here, enolate anion having the negative charge move towards the carbon, and carbon to oxygen bond shifts, and the product anion of CH3 CHO minus CH2 C double bond OH will going to form. So this is the second step where the anion is going to form. And in the third step, the anion undergo protonation or protonated by water molecule to form an aldol. That means here the protonation is done by water. So in the aqueous condition is there H and OH of the water molecule. The H of water molecule attacks to the oxygen and forms CH3COH CH2 C double bond OH. That is your alpha hydroxy butanol. That is aldol will going to form. Okay, so in this reaction the OH minus will be eliminated, and that OH minus in turn combine with your Na to form NaOH regeneration. So this is a reaction actually taking place in case of the aldol condensation, third step. So you remember, first one is ionization to form nucleophile, and the nucleophile will come in contact with the first molecule of aldehyde to form S aldehyde to form enolate, and enolate will react with the second molecule to form a negative ion, and that negative anion will react with the protonation H plus of water to give your final aldol, that is alpha hydroxy butanol. So this reaction I have handwritten and introduced to you. Now you can see the same reaction in a typographic form, that is a type form. Now let us see. Well, in the aldol condensation reaction mechanism, whatever I have discussed is same. You start with CH2COH and CH3COH and aldehyde come in contact with the nucleophile OH minus, and there is a formation of water molecule and enolate anion, as already I have explained. This enolate anion now come in contact with the second molecule of aldehyde. So the second molecule is called as the acceptor, and the first negatively charged enolate anion is called as a donor. So the donor will donate the lone pair of electron from the CH2 towards the acceptor, and there is a formation of anion of second one. And this anion will now undergo hydrolysis. That is called a protonation. The proton of water molecule will be added, and you will get your alcohol group as well as ketonic group containing product, that is called aldol. Okay, so this is the first reaction that I wanted to tell. That is the aldol reaction. Please remember, aldol reaction is a very simple reaction where two molecules of aldehydes or ketones undergo condensation. Now, based on this aldol condensation, we are having some other condensation reaction, particularly some name reactions. I will discuss. The next one is, you can see, Cannizzaro reaction. So what is this Cannizzaro reaction? So Cannizzaro reaction means, again you can take the two aldehyde molecule and treat with NaOH. Okay, treat with NaOH. Keep it for several hours. So what happened? By keeping with a concentrated solution of NaOH, disproportion of the molecule will take place, and one of the formaldehyde will get converted into an alcohol, methanol, and another will be converted into an acid, that is sodium formate. Similarly, you can take the two molecules of benzaldehyde. When treated with NaOH or KOH, one molecule will be converted into alcohol, that is benzyl alcohol, and another will be converted into the sodium salt of benzoate or benzoic acid. These are the two products that in Cannizzaro reaction you try to remember the two aldehyde or two formaldehyde or two benzaldehyde when treated with a concentrated alkaline NaOH or KOH undergo disproportion, that is self-oxidation and reduction. That I want to mean is, one of the aldehyde will undergo oxidation and another will undergo reduction. The oxidation product is alcohol and the reduced product is your acid. So this reaction is called as a Cannizzaro reaction. Okay, now let us see the mechanism of this. Okay. So by taking the benzaldehyde as an example, now let us see, when the benzaldehyde will come in contact with a nucleophile OH minus, there is a formation of anion of this kind. And this anion now react with another benzaldehyde molecule, and here the anion will get converted into COOH. That means the lone pair of electrons shift towards the oxygen, and whereby it will become C double bond OH. That is, hydrogen will move towards C double bond O, and oxygen will become OH, and the first one become benzoic acid C6H5COOH, and another C6H5, that is CH2OH. The H will move. So the resulting product is your formation of benzoic acid, and that is anion of your alcohol CH2O minus. This CH2O minus will now undergo exchange of proton, that is COH. H will move towards the CH2 plus and Na will attach to the COO. So sodium salt of benzoate and your benzyl alcohol will going to form. So this is the third step. So in case of Cannizzaro reaction, you have to remember, when two aldehyde molecule undergo condensation, one molecule will undergo oxidation, another will undergo reduction to form acid and alcohol. So this is I have explained with your benzaldehyde. Now again, a typical typed format is also available for you for this reaction. So what is Cannizzaro reaction? This is a disproportion reaction of aldehyde without a alpha hydrogen. So remember that aldehyde, benzaldehyde, it is not having any alpha hydrogen because there is a benzene ring, and CHO is an aldehyde group. In presence of a strong base, like NaOH or KOH, furnish on alcohol and carboxylic acid. Furnish an alcohol and carboxylic acid. This reaction is called a Kennesaw reaction. One molecule of an aldehyde get reduced to alcohol, while another molecule get oxidized to carboxylic acid. So you can see two molecules of benzaldehyde when treated with NaOH at about 30 minutes in lab temperature. So the product is, one is alcohol and another is acid, that is benzoic acid and benzyl alcohol. And the mechanism for this already I have explained, but the same thing whatever explained again it will repeat. Now you can see this first molecule of benzaldehyde react with OH to form, that is a hydrated molecule. Okay, that is the OH group minus attached to the carbon and make oxygen negative, that is your anion will going to form, and this anion will come in contact with another molecule of aldehyde and the condensation occurs or the shift occurs here. Okay, this okay, you can see the H of the C6H5HOHO minus, that will become C6H5C11OH, that is your benzoic acid is going to form, and that C double bond O shifts its carbon to oxygen bond and make oxygen as a negative, and the proton from the anion will move towards this benzene to form the anion, and this anion undergo proton transfer, and thereby there is a formation of your benzyl alcohol and the anion of your benzoic acid. This benzoic acid will now undergo hydrolysis or treating with NaOH will going to form either sodium salt of benzoic acid or benzoic acid. So this is the Kennesaw reaction. So what is the Kennesaw reaction? Kennesaw reaction is a reaction between the two molecules of aldehyde which do not contain alpha hydrogen. Okay, for example, benzaldehyde. When benzaldehyde is treated with a strong solution of NaOH, so the reaction occurs where one molecule will get converted or oxidized, another molecule will be reduced. So an acid alcohol formation, that is benzoic acid and benzyl alcohol, will going to form. This reaction is known as Kennesaw reaction. So in short, again, let us you just summarize either by this part of the slide or you can see this part of the slide. Okay, so this is the Kennesaw reaction. Please note it as a point of examination point of view. So sometime 5 marks question, explain reaction and mechanism of Kennesaw reaction. So you first write, when benzaldehyde is treated with a strong solution of NaOH for several minutes, one molecule will get oxidized, another molecule will get reduced to give benzoic acid and benzyl alcohol. So this reaction is called as a Kennesaw reaction, and this reaction is a nucleophilic addition of OH from NaOH, and it has 3 steps already I have explained. Okay, so keep this in mind and move on to the next reaction. So the next reaction is, yes, again I want to go with my slide, then I will go with the type of format. Claisen-Schmidt reaction is also called as a simply Claisen reaction. So what is this Claisen reaction? When benzaldehyde and acetaldehyde are treated with a 10% NaOH solution, there is an elimination of H2 from aldehyde and oxygen from your benzaldehyde as a water molecule, and the one aromatic aldehyde and another aliphatic aldehyde condense to give a product called cinemaldehyde. It is not a cinema, it is a cinemaldehyde. What is cinemaldehyde? Benzene containing CH double bond CH-CHO, a unsaturated side ring. Okay, so this kind of reactions are considered as Claisen-Schmidt reaction. So what is Claisen and Schmidt reaction? It's a very simple reaction when benzaldehyde and acetaldehyde treated with 10% NaOH solution gives cinemaldehyde. This is the best example you have to remember. Another example I have given, you can take benzaldehyde and acetophenone. Again here also there is a formation of unsaturated compound between benzaldehyde and acetophenone molecule, and the product is again unsaturated compound. Okay, so this is what generally Claisen-Schmidt reaction. What is Claisen-Schmidt reaction? It is a reaction between either an aldehyde molecule, simple aliphatic, and an aromatic aldehyde in presence of 10% NaOH to form cinemaldehyde. Okay, this reaction is called as a Claisen reaction. Okay, so here what happens? An alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or ketone results. So what is that alpha beta? So C6H5CH C double bond CH CHO. The CHO next to that is called as alpha, and next to that carbon is called as beta. That is why in between alpha and beta position there is unsaturation. That is, thus this product is also referred as alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. That is cinemaldehyde will going to form. Okay. Now if you want to know the mechanism is here. Now the mechanism involves the following steps. So what is it? In the first step, the nucleophile OH minus, that is 10% NaOH ionizes to give OH minus as a nucleophile. That nucleophile will attack with the first molecule of a aldehyde, that is acetaldehyde, and eliminate a molecule of water to form anion, that is CH2CHO, acetaldehyde anion. And this acetaldehyde anion is having a negative charge, that is the excess of electron on the carbon, will now move to the benzaldehyde. Okay, so benzaldehyde is having C6H5 C double bond OH. So here the oxygen will shift its lone pair of electron towards the carbon to oxygen pi bond, and that become minus delta, and carbon will be plus. So the plus charged carbon of benzaldehyde now come in contact with CH2 minus CHO of the previous aldehyde. There is an anion, and there is a formation of an anion of the kind C6H5CHO minus CH2CHO. Now this molecule anion will protonate it first. So on protonation, the O minus will take a proton to form an aldol type product. Okay, that is C6H5CHOH CH2CHO. This molecule lose a molecule of water. How it lose a molecule of water? The OH of aromatic ring carbon of the first carbon and the hydrogen of this second carbon. The OH and H will be eliminated as water, and you will get the negative charge. And this negatively charged undergo here. So this undergo protonation and removes the OH and negative charge shifts, and C6H5CH double bond CH as unsaturation occurs and CHO. So this is called cinemaldehyde. The product cinemaldehyde is obtained. Now let us see the same in a typical format I wanted to show you. Okay. What is this Claisen and Schmitt's reaction? When aromatic aldehyde or ketone treated with an aldehyde or ketone in presence of an alkali, that is 10%, undergoes cross aldol condensation to eliminate a molecule of water and form alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes or ketones. This reaction is called as a Claisen-Schmitt reaction. Here, the enolate ions are formed when the OH minus is treated. That is, for example, CH3 C double bond O CH3 nucleophile OH minus removes the water molecule and make the carbon of aldehyde molecule to become a negative charged, that is your enolate. This enolate will now come in contact with your benzaldehyde. So O minus move towards the carbon of the benzaldehyde, that is the CHO group, and the O will get shifted with the electron, and you can see how this typical molecule will going to form. That is CH3 C double bond O CHH and CHOH benzene ring. Okay, so here you will have OH group, aldehyde group, as well as a ketonic group. As a ketonic group also. Now the OH and H will eliminate a molecule of water to form a methyl substituted cinemaldehyde products. Okay, so this reaction and whatever I have shown in the previous case almost are same, but as far as the understanding and representation part of view, let us consider the condensation for particularly Claisen-Schmitt reaction I have shown. Take the benzaldehyde, treat with acetaldehyde, and add about 10% of a strong NaOH solution at room temperature. So there is a formation of alpha beta unsaturated aromatic compound called as cinemaldehyde. And the mechanism I have shown is a very simple. The OH group attached to the aldehyde to form anion, and that anion react with the benzaldehyde to form the anion of the aromatic compound, and that will undergo protonation to form aldol. The aldol will lose a molecule of water by the third step of the reaction to give cinemaldehyde. So this reaction is your aldol condensation. That is a typical cross aldol condensation between an aromatic and aliphatic aldehyde. It's called as a Claisen-Schmitt reaction. Okay. Now with this, I move to another reaction that is called Perkin reaction. So what is this Perkin reaction? So see this slide particularly. When benzaldehyde is treated with acetic anhydride, what is acetic anhydride? CH3COOCOCH3, or in generally it is represented as CH3CO twice O. It is a acetic anhydride. When acetic anhydride is allowed to react with the benzaldehyde in presence of sodium acetate, CH3COO minus, this is compulsory as a basic condition, at about 150 to 180 degrees centigrade, then there is a formation of cinnamic acid and acetic acid, cinnamic acid and acetic acid. So this reaction is known as Perkin's reaction. I repeat, benzaldehyde when treated with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate, there is a formation of unsaturated alpha beta unsaturated aromatic compound called cinnamic acid and your acetic acid. So the reaction involves the mechanism that I wanted to explain here. In the first site, that is a CH3COONE, that is sodium salt of acetic acid. It is a medium. It ionizes to give CH3COO minus and Na plus. And this CH3COO minus is the acetate anion will now react with the acetic anhydride. That is CH3COO COCH3. It's acetic anhydride. The H will be eliminated as acetic acid, and you will get a cation, anion, that is called a carbon anion. This is called as acetic anhydride anion. Okay, so this acetic acid anion, now it will react with benzaldehyde. Okay, C6H5COH. So here the negatively charged your anion of a acetic anhydride will go to the carbon of a carbonyl group of benzaldehyde, and you will get a negative charge on the oxygen due to its pi bond shape, and that product is C6H5CO minus HCH2 C double bond OOCOCH3, a huge long chain molecule of acetic anhydride attached with C6H5, and this is a anion. So I repeat again, the acetate anion will react with your acetic anhydride to form acetic acid and a carbon anion, and that carbon anion react with the benzaldehyde where the shift takes place, and you will get an intermediate anion of the long chain carbon, that is C6H5 CHO minus CH2 COO COCH3. Okay, now in the next step what happens is protonation occurs and O minus will become OH. Okay, that is C6H5 CHOH CH2 CO OCOCH3, that is benzene, that is a benzene ring containing alcohol molecule with your acetic anhydride in a long chain structure. So here this molecule will lose a proton in the next step of the reaction mechanism. The anion will lose proton from carbon atom number 2 and OH from this as a water molecule. C6H5 CH double bond CH C double bond O COCH3. Okay, so a unsaturated molecule with still your anhydride content. Now in the next step what happen is this molecule undergo hydrolysis. So CH3COH acetic acid will going to form, and I have shown the dotted line for the breakup of this particular molecule. Okay, and what you are getting, C6H5 CH double bond CH COOH. So here you will get alpha beta unsaturated phenyl carboxylic acid. It is commonly called as cinnamic acid and acetic acid. So this reaction is called as your Perkin reaction. So in case of Perkin reaction, benzaldehyde is allowed to react with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate around 180 degrees centigrade, whereby there is a formation of your cinnamic acid, and this involves the 3 steps whatever I have shown so far. Now you can see the same thing here, benzaldehyde with acetic anhydride, formation of your alpha beta unsaturated. Okay, so here also whatever the mechanism you want to see, you can just see the mechanism. Acetic anhydride, okay, acetic anhydride C here, CH3COO COCH3. H of the acetic anhydride react with the acetate anion to form an alcohol, and that will give the product and react with aromatic compound, and you will have a intermediate negative ion, and finally this will go a series of reactions mechanism. Okay, so this mechanism whatever I have shown, it also gives or produce the same kind of aromatic alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acid, but it is a little bit tedious, so it is just downloaded from the internet. So it is only for information, don't follow it, only to know more about the Perkin, that is a reaction you have to observe. Otherwise, whatever the reaction I have shown with respect to the Perkin, my handwritten, that is a final. Please remember, Perkin reaction is a reaction between an aromatic aldehyde, benzaldehyde, with acetic anhydride in presence of a sodium acetate at 150 degrees centigrade to give your product, that is cinemaldehyde. I think the next is a very important reaction. It is condensation reaction of what I refer is benzene condensation. So what is benzene condensation? So in benzene condensation, when benzaldehyde, two molecules treated with alcoholic cation, alcoholic potassium cyanide, undergoes condensation to give a typical molecule C6H5CH COH C double bond O C6H5. It contains alcohol molecule as well as a ketonic group. So you will get alpha hydroxy beta ketonic compound. So this reaction is known as benzene condensation. I repeat, benzene condensation is a condensation of two aromatic aldehyde, benzaldehyde, in presence of alcoholic cation to form a product known as benzene. So this is known as benzene condensation. Okay, and the mechanism of this benzene condensation, as you know, that cation undergo ionization in alcoholic condition to give K plus and Cn minus. The condition must be specifically mentioned. Okay, it is alcoholic cation, and this Cn minus attached to the benzaldehyde first molecule to generate anion A, and this anion A undergo resonating structure here to form the carbon containing negative charge. Okay, oxygen to that carbon, and here the proton shift may occurs, and you will get C6H5 COH Cn and O minus anion will be going to form. Now in the third step, what happens is, in the second step, whatever the anion B we have obtained, C6H5 C minus CnOH, will now react with the another molecule of benzaldehyde, C6H5 CH C double bond O, and whereby the carbon negative attaches to the another aldehyde molecule. Okay, because the aldehyde molecule is having C double bond O, oxygen shifts, oxygen become negative and carbon will be positive, and you will get a C6H5C Cn, that is a Cn OH, OH is also there attached with CHO minus and C6H5. So here the another anion, I have represented it as a anion C, and this anion C undergo proton transfer. So it's a wonderful stage of the mechanism. Here C6H5CCnOH connected with another aldehyde molecule with C6H5O minus. Here the proton of the first aldehyde molecule will shift it to the second molecule, that is the second oxygen of the second molecule of aldehyde, and that will become OH. So the anion C will become anion D. So the difference is very clear. The first aldehyde molecule is having OH group and second molecule is having O minus group. The proton shift makes that molecule to exhibit O minus and OH in a D, but the O minus is not on second molecule of aldehyde, it is on the first molecule. So like this, the proton transfer take place. And in the next case, what happened? Whatever the structure I have shown, the negative sign, the lone pair of electron on the oxygen shift towards the carbon with the elimination of cyano group. So cyano group will be automatically eliminated and you will get the double bond between carbon and oxygen. C6H5, C double bond O, C double bond O. The next is CHOH, C6H5. So here the product is alpha hydroxy ketone, alpha hydroxy ketone, and this product is known as benzyne. So this is a reaction where there is a rapid loss of cyano group with potassium K plus ion to form KCN in the last step. Okay, so remember, when two molecules of benzaldehyde treated with an alcoholic solution of KCN, the two aldehydes, that is a benzaldehyde, undergo condensation and the product is known as benzyne condensation. Okay, so this reaction also explained in this manner. Okay, so I have shown benzyne condensation, two benzaldehyde in presence of KCN. KCN gives an alpha beta hydroxyketonic compound called benzyne. Okay, now you can move on how the mechanism takes place. Whatever I have represented, the same thing. The Cn minus attaches to the benzaldehyde to form anion. Anion undergo protonation to give, that is, cyanohydrin type product, and cyanohydrin product will again undergo a nucleophilic, that's OH minus group, to replace a water molecule to form anion, and that attacks to the second aldehyde molecule to give a huge molecule. Okay, so here one of the problem is whatever I have shown in my handwritten reaction system is very clear to understand. Here the things are there, but it's very difficult to analyze sometime for the students. For teachers, yes, we can, but for students it's very difficult. But my intention to give all these internet format of the reaction is these are also a possible way of representation of Perkin reaction, aldol condensation, whatever it may be. So you better represent or choose this particular mechanism which I have shown here. So with this, I think I will complete some reactions, and only few reactions and two syntheses are left that I will cover in the next time, and we will move to the next time another important topic, carboxylic acid. So if you have any doubts or any queries, you can contact me on my phone. Okay, then my request is whatever the slides I have shown, I think I have shown very slowly because you try to understand them. Now I request all of you, just you go all the slides slowly and try to write all the reactions. It may be benzyne condensation, aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation, Schmidt reaction. Okay, all the, I think 6 reactions I think I have given. All these you should make on a page, at least the reaction part. Don't go for representation in terms of words. For chemistry evaluation, what we will concentrate is on first reaction. If you are able to write the reaction, that is understood that this student is knowing something about the chemistry. And for the mechanism also, you write the first step in simple one word or one sentence and go for explaining. So likewise, I request all the students, let us rewrite whatever the reaction mechanism I have shown, and these reactions are at least once or twice. If you view it, definitely that will help you to remember things. Okay, so before I end, I would like to say that keep yourself fit. Okay, keep yourself fit and wear mask, hand sanitization is compulsory, and social distance. The last one is don't move from your home as far as possible next 15 days. It is a very tough for us, but it is inevitable. We have to stay at home. That is the better to avoid corona. Otherwise, the corona may taking different forms. It is sometime white, sometime black, sometime yellow. So we don't know, and I don't know which kind may affect us. So please take care of you, and we will meet next time with another episode of carboxylic acid. Thank you, thank you, thank you.